Hey everyone, this is the Heroes Podcast. I'm back again and I've got Elena Apalkova here with me. How are you, Elena?
Hi, thank you. I'm great.
Before we go into it, I'm so glad to have you. Someone from the area where I was born. We'll talk about that one. I want to introduce you to everyone so they know who I'm meeting. We are meeting with. Elena Apalkova is the CEO and founder of Mindset to Results, dedicated to helping CEOs and entrepreneurs grow their businesses and achieve their goals without stress and overwhelm. Ooh, I love that. With a focus on fulfillment and thriving, Elena combines strategic planning, mindset or mindset coaching, personal development to empower leaders to succeed. Welcome on the show, Elena. Well done. Thanks for coming. Do you want to take us back to maybe the harsh beginnings, maybe what has started you on this journey, maybe things that sort of refers back to that lack of confidence, lack of results, whatever you pick out from the past, so we know what you had to go through to get here.
Yeah, thank you, Andre, for the question. The journey to where I am was full of different challenges, and it was a really big journey because I was born in Ukraine. It was former Soviet Union, and it was a totally different world. So I grew up in the closed environment, and there was nothing even related to coaching or mentorship. It was totally different mentality. And I want to pass that big part because I think that part was the most important, and that is that I always had that feeling that I am here for more, and I've always had that hunger for knowledge, and I knew that I have to find out what is bigger for me. And I remember everything. I had that burning desire in me to find the meaning of life, to find the purpose. I never was average. I always wanted to be on the top, whatever I do. I studied a lot. I speak 4 languages. I took 2 master degrees. And I didn't find that in my education. So I started to look more. And I was very successful in networking business, and I was making big money, and I still couldn't find that. And I had paradigms that I was making money and I was losing money. It means that I was making a lot and I was investing in different startups, different cryptocurrency, because I thought that uh, money should work. And I was in paradigm because of my childhood, that we didn't have a lot of money in my parents, although my father was professor and we lived good, but we still didn't have that abundance in our family. It was in my paradigms, everything what I was gaining, I was losing. And the last thing that happened, that people who used my trust, who pretended to be my friends, they stolen my properties, like 3 houses, car, everything in the house. And before that, my father died. And before that, also it was crashed, that cryptocurrency just collapsed. And I found myself in a very dark place. And what helped me in that situation is that I found that strength in personal development. And from there, my journey started.
Well, let me ask you about this because I'm not sure I've heard it correctly. Did you say you had 3 houses that were somehow stolen from you, cash? Uh, how did this happen, or what was exactly stolen? You left, it was left without anything, pretty much.
It it was planned by these people. Uh, it was in Turkey, and we went there after the war in Ukraine started in 2014. I took all my family there, and everything what we had we brought with us to Turkey because it was war in Ukraine and we didn't know what would happen. And I bought first house from one lady who was the owner of the agency. And because I didn't know anybody, I was coming asking her or something like, and we became friends. And then I bought another property and another property, like 3 houses. And all this time, I had that feeling that what if something happens with me and my family is here, they don't know what I own, they don't know cryptocurrency or what I have, all these assets. And one day we had that conversation and she understood that it was my weakness. And we had conversations like that, let's be like sisters. Like if something happens with me, she told that I will take care of your family. And
Oh,
I always wanted to have a sister, and just believed her. And I was traveling all time. My business was in different countries. I was going to different seminars, different events, and I trusted her everything. Like she was like my person trustee. Like she had access to my bank account. She has access to everything. And when my father died, I was in US and she helped my mother in that hard time. So when I came back, I just really believed that she is a part of the family. She was calling my mother, mother. And we spent weekends together with her and her husband. And we thought that they were family, like we were spending birthdays. If they were their birthdays, we would be there, or they were on my birthdays. And it was 1 year. And then my father died and my mother didn't feel well, so we moved back to Ukraine. And then she just used my trust, yes, and they uh, just changed the name of my property to their name, and I didn't even know that. And 3 months they continued to asking me to send money for something like to color walls or something. They said something needs to repair. And I just heard about this when the bank manager called me and said that, Elena, did you sell your penthouse? Now these people are selling it to people from Jordan. And that was shock for me.
oh. Well, I've never heard anything like that before, but that must have been a dark place, as you said, to have all that you accumulated, probably most of how many years work was gone? 10 years before, or how many?
Yes, it was 10 years. I was working in network marketing, and I didn't only have these houses. I bought property in Georgia, but I bought it I took bank loan. So I expected these properties to be rented to pay that mortgage. And when this happened, I was in minus. Property didn't belong to me anymore, but I still had to pay mortgage. And
Oh,
it was just disaster.
and you could not get it back. There was no way because they somehow used your name. They were able to.
Because they used letter of attorney, yes. Somehow they made me sign that letter of attorney to sell houses because I was, my father passed away and I was like in that state. I didn't understand what was going on. And I trusted them like I trusted them like myself. And this is what they did. Yes, and it was not only about money. It was just that very big regret, or like I was so confused. I was looking at their photos and I couldn't believe that they could do that. And this like betrayal, or what this is, it is much more than even material things, but it is also like feeling that how they could do that. I couldn't believe that it could happen.
Yeah, I'm wondering, how you were able to even regain trust in humans because this is a massive, well, pain, I guess, that you carried. So do you want to tell us what happened and how you've been, you said personal development has reset your life and you've been able to, well, restart. Did you move somewhere, or did you, how did you do this? Where, how many years? What has made the difference?
What made the difference? Of course, it took time. It didn't happen immediately. It took me about half a year. I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to be in network marketing anymore, because that company also, so many things happened that time. Cryptocurrency just crashed. And I was in a really place where I didn't know what I was going to do. And I couldn't think about anything because it was such a big shock for me that it occupied totally my mind. And even if I wanted to think about something, it was bringing me back to this situation. I was like in that movie, that conversation and that analysis, what happened, how could it happen. It was just totally like 24/7 movie in my mind, and I couldn't think anything else. Like any thought out of that movie was bringing me back without me even getting in control. And yeah, so we got homeless. Like I found some money to rent apartment. That time we were back in Ukraine, having nothing and big minuses, like thousands of dollars minuses in this mortgage to pay banks, and lawyers calling me from banks. And it was really hard because I was alone to take responsibility for all my family. We didn't have parents. Like my father parents died in that Second World War with Germany, and my mother also was orphan. She was from 2 years in orphaned house when she was small. So I was born without having grandparents, and by that time my father passed away, and so I had to take responsibility for my mother, my brother who's disabled, and my daughter. And I had nobody in the world, no relatives, nobody. And it was like, what can I do? It didn't seem that I can do much actually. But this my nature. I was fighting. Yes, I couldn't accept that there is no way. So I knew that there is always the way. And I understood first that what I should do is to get rid of these thoughts. I understood that these thoughts were making me feeling so bad. And I had that like pain in my gut. It was so bad feelings that it like shrimped me. And then I decided to start thinking something else. And it was not happening. It was getting me back. And then I was pushing it, starting thinking something different. And then I just was going to YouTube, and I was listening just books, different master classes, different programs. And I found one day Joe Dispenza. And only one his phrase helped me to turn.
Which one?
Joe Dispenza told very powerful thing, and he told that people don't die from the snake bite. They die from the poison which is spread in their body. And that just came for me so clear. I understood that this bite already happened and I cannot change it. It already happened in the past. But now allowing this poison be spread into my body, into my mind, is something that is killing me. And that time, when I heard this, I made decision, I'm not letting this poison kill me anymore. And that was the change that happened. And then I just fell into that totally, that personal development. I started controlling what I'm thinking about, every time when I had those thoughts, I just replacing them with something good. I was writing what I want to replace, so it will not take even long time to think, like creating those autoresponders. And this is how I started looking for more information. And this is how I found Bob Proctor. And this is how I became Proctor Gale & Gainswood consultant, and understanding those paradigms totally changed trajectory of my life.
What a powerful transformational journey. I really celebrate you for doing the hard work, because I can imagine how you have done what you're probably helping people with. You can teach from experience, and we had a very similar journey in many ways. I did find Dispenza. I have probably 6 or 8 of his materials. Bob Proctor about subconscious mind, and I was searching. Same. I spent years and years while driving trucks in Australia, 7-8 hours a day, listening to those masterclasses, the videos, and someone who was able to open my eyes to new possibilities and how to use the mind. Well done, Elena. It's been a journey. And so where do you live now, or where, because you said you went back to Ukraine, what happened since?
Since then, another war started in 2022, and it started from the airport was bombed near our house, just 2 kilometers, and again we had to leave. And again we had to leave everything. And we just got documents and some warm clothes and left Ukraine the same day.
So where did you go again? Again, losing everything, right? How many years ago was that?
It was in 2022, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So where did you go? How many of your family could you take with you, or how did you do this?
When the war started, everybody just wrote me, Elena, where are you? Because I have many friends and followers in the world. So I started getting so many calls. And one my friend who lived in Romania, she just was insisting me to just get out, and they told that they will wait for us in the border. So I made decision to go, and I took my mother and my daughter, a few just warm clothes. We didn't know where we will go next, and first we went to my friends in Romania.
And then things evolved from there. How long did you stay there? I'm sorry, I'm really curious, because I believe these are touching stories, really, when people go through these experiences. So what happened in Romania? Did you again step on forward, or how did you manage?
Yeah, this time I was in a much better place because I had this knowledge already. And this knowledge helped me to make powerful decisions and not to be in panic at all. So I made decision to go, and it was not easy because my mother is 85, and when we left, she already was going to sleep. And I told her that we have to go. She said, no, I cannot get there. I will die, because she didn't feel well. But I said, you will get there, all will be good. And I took this decision, and it was so hard because it was such a big responsibility. And 2 times on the way, my mother fainted, and we had to stop and call ambulance. And we took her like very, very, it was really hard. We hardly get to my friend's home. And Yeah, we just could lose her on the way. And but I'm glad that we did, because after that the situation was even worse in Ukraine.
So you stayed in Romania and then you found again your next place? Or how did you do
Yes,
it?
when we were in Romania, we had no idea. We had no idea where to go. And my daughter also didn't have foreign passport because it expired before. So we had to go to Poland to get her passport. And on the way, another friend called me from England, and she said that, Elena, do you know where you want to live? I said, no idea. And she said that my parents have house in Vienna. They can, do you like to go there? And also my parents are doctors, they can take care of your mother. I said, yes, let's do that. So from Romania, we went to Vienna. And after Vienna, yeah, we lived there 2 months. And I didn't feel that I belonged to that place because German language. And I was thinking about being being productive, efficient part of society. And no, learning German language was not my plan. I wanted to help people with the knowledge which I already had. That's why I decided to move to UK. And when I made the decision, also UK opened the program how we could get visa through sponsorship. And this is how I applied. I found sponsors who invited us to England, and then we lived also there 1 year, and then after 1 year we moved to our house, which we now rent in Brighton.
Can you believe this so resonates? Because most people don't know, but I'm moving probably 1 hour away from Vienna to the border of Austria and Hungary in 3 months. And I have some headaches with the German language. It does not fit me. And last August, I spent 3 weeks in Brighton. So we could have actually,
Yeah,
could
we
have
could meet.
into if I knew that you are there. It's the world is so small, and I really want to celebrate you as one of my heroes here, who has some extraordinary journey. And how has it been ever since? I understand then now, obviously, you are helping business owners and as CEOs with mindset. Uh, how are you helping? Who are your typical sort of clients? Every type of business SEO CEOs, or what type of businesses are you helping?
My clients usually are CEOs and owners of small and medium businesses up to 25 people, and I help them with their growth as individuals, like achieving their personal and professional goals, as well as building their teams strong. So the people that work for them are not just group of people, but powerful teams who understand how achieve results by doing inner work.
Well, amazing. What do you see? I was just wondering, obviously you have a picture about, and I know there is no generic because they tend to have different challenges, maybe mindset issues. What is the top 5 that you come across where businesses are stuck or business owners are stuck? What are the biggest, the most generic problems that people, owners or CEOs will not notice or they need to be aware of?
The problems are procrastination. They postpone doing important things, and another one is risk taking. They don't take risk because they think that they don't have enough information to make decision. Yes, the second one is decision making. Yes, it is similar to procrastination, because indecision is also procrastination, right? So not making decision fast, it is something problem. Another one is leadership. To be good leader, they should be good followers, right? They have to have role models and constantly grow and work on their mindset to lead by example. Some leaders find their problems in other people. They see what other people don't do, as they know they have to do, but they don't see themselves what they don't do that they should supposed to do, right? Like there is a big gap between knowing and doing, and ordinary trainings cannot help people to close this gap, because what people learn on trainings, it goes just to conscious mind. This is like library of the knowledge, and this is how we have been conditioned in school. We were getting our marks and grades just from learning information, repeating it, and this is how we passed our exams, but we were not taught how to implement what we know. And this is a big, huge difference in implementation. So, because habitual behavior is part of the process, and if people even go to trainings but they don't change their habits, they just continue performing the way how they do it always.
Powerful. And yes, that perfectionism and feeling safe to take risks is a big one. I come across that quite often. So what is your big plan now, or how, what is, if things go well for you, what would happen to you in the next 3 to 5 years, Elena? What would you celebrate in 3 to 5 years' time?
To celebrate for me is to open my foundation. I want to open foundation to help children in Ukraine, because now this war situation took so many lives, and many children are left without parents. And for me, the big celebration will be to open that foundation and start helping people. And my dream is to create a education center for children. And big part of that will be less privileged children, to help them to learn mindset of success and become successful. And also, I had a dream from very early days that I would like to adopt 1,000 children. And now I think that if I create this center, this organization, when I can adopt 1,000 children and help them to be successful, so each of them can help another 1,000 children. This is my dream.
Well done. It's very inspiring, and I understand the drive that you have, and obviously the pain and trauma that you must have witnessed in Ukraine. I actually, I'm always surprised how humanity doesn't seem to learn, like as if like children in a sandpit, they don't learn better than starting new wars. It's for me, it's always a riddle to understand, but I understand there are big forces behind wars. There's always people making money, and there's politics involved. So unfortunately, I always see these poor soldiers going to die for some politician who is making decisions about their lives. Do you want anything to say to that?
I have no words, really. It is beyond understanding. It is beyond believing, and it was really hard to see what is happening in Ukraine, because our country was always very peaceful country. We didn't have army, we didn't have weapons, and Russia was guarantor for us when we demolished all the nuclear weapons which we had before after Soviet Union collapsed. And Russia was one of the guarantors. So that totally doesn't make any sense. And we have such a bright people, like people who are like peace and never even thought to take arm weapons, and now they just are forced to just to protect their families, to protect our country. Many of them are poets, artists, and so many bright people died for no reason.
Yes, it must be devastating. So when people wanted to engage with you, Elena, really take their businesses to the next level, how could they find you? What's the best way to engage with you?
I'm active on LinkedIn. Also, I have a website, mindset2results.com, and I can give some links which we can put on below this video.
Yes, we will put all the links under the video. I was wondering, is there anything else that I haven't asked and you really wanted to share?
Yes, I think that I would like to share about our potential, and the way how we look at things changes the things. And whatever challenges we go through, we can understand that there is opposite good in everything. And we can make the choice what to look at. And when we look at what we can do instead of what we cannot, we will get to our desired results faster.
Yeah, I love to hear that. So if someone is, let's say, having difficult challenges right now, they're going through troubles, struggles, it feels like the world is on their shoulders and things are caving in. What would be sort of the next 3 to 5 things that they could do right now to change how they look at things, to really start to change their perception maybe and change their results? What could you say to them?
I would say that get mentor. Get mentor, because when you are in this situation, it is very difficult to watch out from outside. And we just can be in the loop of this situation. And it is really the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same actions, the same results. And we need somebody who is outside to just take our hand and pull us out and see us other pictures, because sometimes we can just focus on one picture and put ourselves in that mental prison, and we just need somebody to who help us get out and see the world, that it is bigger world and there are bigger things, and we can focus on bigger things. We can still focus on our big dream and get excited. And when we get excited, we start getting different decisions, and those decisions which are different, they help us to get out of our situation. And always look for solution, because there is always a way. It is just sometimes maybe we don't see it, but there is always the way, there is always solution, and there is always something good in everything that happens bad, because the law of opposite says that there is the same equivalent of good in anything bad. So focus on finding that good and find a mentor who will help you to be that good and bring that good in your life. And one other thing which I understood from situations which happened to me, that they happened for me, and even that situation which I shared when I lost all my property, everything, now when I look back, it is the best situation what happened to me, because it helped me to wake up. Sometimes we live in our paradigms and we just don't understand that we are the cause of everything, because we give people opportunities, yes, to use them against us. So why those people are in our life, right? So we are the cause of everything, even if it doesn't look like that. And sometimes we can think, how I could do this? I just trusted these people. But if we go deeper, I was the cause. And when we learn this, that we are the cause and we have to change in order other things would change. We have to look at ourselves, and when we have this perception that we have to change and to find solution in us, then when really changes will happen. Because if we don't look at ourselves inside that we are the cause and just blame other people's circumstances, it means that we don't learn anything and we will continue doing the same mistakes that will bring us even to bigger problems. So this is very important to look in yourself and see how I am the cause and what I can do different, what I can learn. And in that case, when we learn, even the worst situations can become the best.
Yeah, that's powerful, really powerful. Thanks very much. Actually, I was faced with a real decision 5 days ago, because I hired someone else to do my YouTube channel. And I had that idea. Now I either give them, I don't know what authority it is, but they could pretty much delete every video if I gave them that authority. Or I could give them editor, which only allows them to work and edit some of the things, but they are not able to remove me from my channel. They are not able to take my access away. And at times you just really need to be, let's say, thinking forward. If things change or people are changing their mind, or they are not that what they looked like in the beginning, I believe I challenge you, if you're listening to us, to use common sense, I believe. So you're not signing your life away. That has unfortunately happened here to Elena, who had gone through, let's say, difficult learnings. Let's put that frame in here. Is there anything you want to comment on this?
Yes, of course. A lot of my loss, what happened when I was investing in companies which I didn't control. I didn't have information what they do, and also I was giving access to my accounts to people which could use that information or even steal money from me without me knowing. Yes, so I would say that everything should be in your control. Yes, everything should be in your control, and don't give access to something that you are not ready to lose.
That's a powerful last word that I think everyone can take away. Elena, thank you very much for your time. I really loved your story, and I believe you're an inspiration to a lot of people restarting from a war-torn country, starting a new life in Ukraine. Well done, and I hope we will meet soon again and hear about your successes in this new country. Thanks very much.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm here to help.
Absolutely. Guys, look under the video. We've got Elena's contacts and details, and reach out to her. She'll help you with that mind that is stuck. See you soon, and strategies.